Russian rear is safe anymore. That's the chilling message echoing across Moscow after Ukraine's latest long-range strike, a strike that went hundreds of kilometers beyond the front line, deep into the heart of central Russia. In the early hours of October 31st, Ukraine strikes Russia's Oryol Thermal Power Plant and Novobryansk Substation with Neptune missiles, sending shockwaves deep into Russia's heartland. It wasn't just another drone attack. This was a deliberate, high-precision strike meant to send a message. Ukraine can now hit where Russia once felt untouchable. In the dead of night on October 31st, 2025, central Russia experienced one of the most daring strikes since the war began. The Ukrainian Navy confirmed that its forces had launched a series of Neptune cruise missiles, targeting some of Russia's most critical energy infrastructure hundreds of kilometers from the front line. The first major target was the Oryol Thermal Power Plant (TPP), the largest source of electricity and heat in Oryol City. With a capacity of 330 megawatts, this facility supplies around 40% of the region's electricity needs and 65% of the city's heating requirements. Its destruction was not incidental. It was a calculated blow to Russia's military-industrial network, as the plant powers several defense-related enterprises. The Ukrainian Navy underscored the strike's strategic significance. Both facilities supplied power to military enterprises in the region, so their destruction dealt a serious blow to the occupiers' logistics. According to surveillance footage shared by local Telegram channels and verified by open-source analysts, the Neptune missiles struck the open-air switchgear area of the plant, triggering massive explosions that knocked out power across multiple districts. Residents reported that the attack did not sound like a drone strike, corroborating Ukraine's claim of using upgraded long-range missiles rather than small UAVs. The Oryol regional governor, Andrei Klitschkov, initially claimed that drone debris fell on the territory of the heat and power plant, but videos and eyewitness accounts confirmed that the damage was extensive and deliberate. The resulting blackout forced immediate activation of backup lines, but heating and water services were restricted in 3 city districts, highlighting the operational disruption caused by the strike. Simultaneously, a second strike hit the Novobryansk electrical substation, located near Bryansk in the Central Federal District. This facility is among the 5 largest substations in central Russia, handling electricity from 3 major nuclear power plants: Kursk, Smolensk, and Novovoronezh. It is also crucial for the operation of the Bryansk machine building plant, the main producer of diesel locomotives, and the Miratorg agro-holding enterprises, which supply food to both civilian and military networks. During the attack, large fires erupted, with thick smoke visible for kilometers. Schools were closed, public transport suspended, and emergency crews scrambled to contain the blaze. Governor Alexander Avdyev, responsible for the Vladimir region, confirmed that the enemy carried out an attack on infrastructure near the city of Vladimir. All systems are currently operating normally. Specialists are working on site, though independent reports showed significant temporary disruption. Adding to the scale of the operation, the Slavneft Yaroslavl oil refinery, one of Russia's 5 largest, was reportedly struck by drones around the same time. The refinery, capable of processing 15 million tons of crude oil annually, supplies fuel to industrial facilities, airports, and military installations. According to United 24 Media, Ukrainian drones targeted the tanks when they were fully loaded, triggering massive explosions and large-scale fires. NASA firm's satellite data later confirmed active fire signatures at the site, signaling the operation's effectiveness and precision. The coordinated nature of these strikes demonstrates a sophisticated level of planning and intelligence. Analysts noted that Ukraine likely timed the operation to mirror Russia's own attacks on Ukrainian energy infrastructure on October 30th, a day earlier. That Russian assault targeted multiple Ukrainian thermal power plants, killing civilians and crippling energy distribution. Kyiv's response, executed within 24 hours, sent a clear strategic message: if you strike our energy systems, we can strike yours, and no location is beyond our reach. As Andriy Kovalenko, head of Ukraine's Center for Countering Disinformation, summarized, "Russia keeps attacking Ukraine's energy system but cannot protect its own. The mirror works. These strikes are not merely symbolic. They represent a tangible disruption of Russian military logistics and industrial production. By hitting Oryol and Novobryansk, Ukraine disrupted power to factories that manufacture defense equipment and support supply chains. The strikes also forced Russia to reallocate air defense systems inward, potentially weakening protection along active front lines. This operation marks a new phase in the conflict, where Ukraine is no longer just defending its territory, but projecting power deep into Russian territory, directly challenging the safety and reliability of Russia's internal infrastructure. It's a stark reminder: the energy war has now crossed the border, and strategic strikes can reach the very heart of the enemy's industrial and military backbone. To understand the full impact of Ukraine's October 31st strikes, it's essential to know exactly what these facilities are and why they matter. Starting with the Oryol Thermal Power Plant (TPP), this facility is the largest source of electricity and heat in Oryol City and its surrounding region. It has an installed electric capacity of 330 megawatts and a thermal capacity of 725 GCal/H. Supplying nearly 40% of the region's electricity needs and 65% of the city's heating requirements. Beyond civilian use, the plant provides power to a number of military-industrial enterprises, making it a strategic target. Moving to the Novobryansk Substation, also referred to as the Vladimirskaya 750 kV substation. This facility is a key energy hub in the Central Federal District, located near Bryansk. It connects power from 3 nuclear plants, Kursk, Smolensk, and Novovoronezh, and distributes it across multiple regions, including to Moscow. With an installed capacity of around 4,010 MVA, it's one of the largest substations in central Russia. This substation also powers critical military-industrial facilities, including the Bryansk Machine Building Plant, Russia's primary producer of diesel locomotives, and the Miratorg Agro Holding, a major agricultural enterprise that supports both civilian and military logistics. Disrupting Novobryansk has a cascading effect, temporarily limiting production capacity in these strategic facilities. Together, these facilities form critical nodes of Russia's energy and defense infrastructure. Hitting them disrupts both civilian life and military-industrial production, emphasizing Ukraine's strategic target selection. Striking a power plant or an electrical substation might sound technical or abstract, but for Ukraine, the Oryol Thermal Power Plant and the Novobryansk Substation were high-value, strategically critical targets. Their importance goes far beyond simply cutting off electricity. Let's start with the Oryol Thermal Power Plant. This facility provides a significant portion of the city and region's electricity and heating. But more importantly, it powers military, industrial enterprises, factories that produce equipment, parts, and materials for Russia's armed forces rely on the plant for uninterrupted energy. Disrupting its operation is therefore not just about blackouts, it's about slowing down Russia's military production. By damaging the plant's switchgear, Ukraine effectively put parts of Oryol's industrial backbone on hold, even if temporarily. The Novobryansk Substation is equally, if not more, critical. It is a central node linking 3 major nuclear power plants, Kursk, Smolensk, and Novovoronezh, and distributes electricity across the Central Federal District. Its operation is vital for industries that manufacture locomotives, machinery, and other defense-related equipment. The Bryansk Machine Building Plant, for example, produces diesel locomotives essential for moving military equipment and supplies. Miratorg Agro Holding, also powered by this substation, provides logistical support that sustains both civilian and military supply chains. In short, these facilities are strategic choke points. Take them out, and you don't just cut power. You disrupt production, logistics, and the operational readiness of military and industrial units. Moreover, striking deep inside Russia carries a psychological impact. Citizens and officials are confronted with the reality that areas once considered safe are now vulnerable to precision attacks. It also establishes a pattern of mirror warfare, a direct response to Russia's October 30th attacks on Ukraine's energy grid, showing Kyiv can retaliate with equal precision. These targets are linchpins of central Russia's industrial and energy network, making them essential for both logistics and morale. By hitting them, Ukraine demonstrates its capability to shape strategic outcomes far beyond the front line. No discussion of Ukraine's deep strikes would be complete without understanding the weapon behind them, the Neptune cruise missile. This missile is not just a piece of military hardware. It represents Ukraine's ingenuity and self-reliance in wartime. Originally, the Neptune missile was developed as an anti-ship weapon, domestically produced in Ukraine. Its maximum range was initially around 300 kilometers, and it gained international attention in April 2022 when it sank Russia's Black Sea flagship, the Moskva. That moment marked a turning point, proving that Ukraine could use precision-guided weapons to strike high-value targets far from its borders. Since then, the missile has been upgraded for land attack capabilities. The version used in the October 31st strikes on Oryol Thermal Power Plant and the Novobryansk Substation was reportedly modified to navigate inland terrain with high accuracy, enabling it to bypass defenses and hit critical infrastructure deep inside Russia. The Ukrainian Navy emphasized the strategic role of these missiles. Units of the Ukrainian Navy carried out an accurate missile strike with Neptune cruise missiles on the Oryol Thermal Power Plant and the Novobryansk Electrical Substation. Neptune's evolution demonstrates Ukraine's domestic defense innovation. It's no longer just an anti-ship weapon. It's a tool for deep strikes, capable of disrupting Russia's industrial and military logistics far from the front lines. Ukraine's strikes are a direct blow to Russia's economy and war infrastructure. The Oryol TPP and Novobryansk Substation are critical nodes, powering factories that produce defense equipment, locomotives, and industrial goods. Temporary shutdowns slow production and create logistical bottlenecks, straining Russia's war machine. Russia's economic situation is already fragile due to Western sanctions, inflation, and supply chain issues. Strikes on key energy infrastructure add repair costs, emergency spending, and operational disruption, forcing the diversion of resources from other priorities, including military production. Sector-specific impacts are significant. Energy grid. The Novobryansk substation links multiple nuclear plants. Its outage risks cascading blackouts. Industrial output. Factories dependent on Oryol and Novobryansk electricity face delays, affecting both civilian and military production. Fuel supply. Strikes on the Slavneft Yaroslavl refinery disrupt fuel availability for transport and industry. In essence, the energy war has moved deep into Russia's heartland, demonstrating that strategic strikes on energy infrastructure can shape military and economic outcomes. The strikes on Oryol and Novobryansk are more than just explosions in the night. They mark a new chapter in this conflict. Ukraine has shown that it can reach deep into Russia's industrial and energy heartland, hitting critical infrastructure that powers both military and civilian life. This isn't retaliation alone. It's a demonstration of strategic reach, precision, and resolve. As the war continues, one message is clear. The battleground is no longer limited to the front line. It extends into the very core of Russia's logistics and power systems. The war has changed direction, and for Moscow, nowhere is truly safe anymore. The question now remains, how will Russia respond when its own heartland is vulnerable?